Good evening. Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for a pretty wild trading day, and it is Monday, and we're at the 3rd of October, 2022, 5:05 p.m. Central Time. Well, we came in today, and markets took off to the upside. Started actually with OPEC last week, and then over the weekend saying that they're having their meeting. It's face-to-face at the end of last week, first time in 2 years, and that the market is really they are considering a 1 million barrel a day production cut. Now remember, they haven't hit their quotas, period, okay? They're always 3 million barrels shy if you take all the members and what the quotas are, and that's about where they're at. Who would eat that 1 million less? I'm not going to answer because I don't know. There was supposed to be a technical meeting where a lot of this is decided tomorrow, and they called that off, at least it was, around noon today, and we'll see what that means for Wednesday's meeting. Remember, they're in Vienna. The other thing that occurred is the market is desperate for signs that the Fed is going to go off track or end raising rates as aggressive as they have been. So each time you're going to get a report, the cheerleaders are going to come out and go, look, that's it. The market that report's terrible. The Fed's path is working. Inflation's down. Well, number one, the Fed's path is working. If you saw the ISM data today, it's certainly plunging this way on the manufacturing sector. It hasn't gone into contraction yet, but it's about to. That'd be under a 50 reading. Construction spending. They were looking for a decline of 0.3. They got 0.7. Same thing happening there. So we know that the more expensive money is, that shuts things down. But what we don't know, and where I think you can't put the cart and the horse, which one you want to put where, is what is inflation doing? Now, logic says, and I realize that some of the people on TV go and they say, oh, that's it. Inflation is breaking because these reports are getting weak. Well, the reports are just starting to get weak. We need a trajectory in place. That's what the Fed said, that they're pretty confident they are. Number two, it's got to translate into core CPI, not headline. Headline's going to probably be down. It's core. That's the Fed's favorite CPI number. That's what they'll be looking at. But let's give a due where a due's done. Now that the market's showing signs of weakness, you get these bear market rallies. I don't know how far down this market yet has to go. I don't know what the market wants to do. Here's what I do know. A week ago Saturday, I put out a report, stock index report, that everybody here had a chance to view. It called for a rally. Tell me what you got. That's all I can tell you. What numbers did it call for it to happen from? The Bollinger Bands. Did I think it was going to be long-lived? No. I haven't changed my opinion. That's simple. So now let's go and look at the chart action. Let's go to gold first. In the gold market, you're coming up. You're up 1.83% the first day of the week. That's good. If the market wants to rally, you might eventually get back to the 18-day average of closes. Certainly seeing the dollar break today was one of those days where energy markets, the metal markets, everything came alive because dollar pressure was coming off the market. In addition, you saw today the United Nations in their economic report remind the United States that as we're raising these rates, we are hurting, severely hurting, third world, emerging countries, and what each of these impact of the rate hikes do. I don't know that that's the Fed's viewpoint, that it has to listen or not. Fed Chair Powell said he does watch that, he does pay attention, but he has only two mandates: employment and inflation. I don't recall a mandate worry about what goes on in Africa or worry about what goes on in parts of Asia. I didn't see that part. Maybe I missed it in the mandate, but I don't think I'm wrong. So he's got to do what he's got to do for our economy. When you take a look at where gold's gone, you're finally getting a bounce, maybe of merit, and the trend turned up for the first time in a long time. This is a true uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs. What you don't want to see taken out is the lows of today at 1666.50. Why? Well, First, the market's finally over the 18-day average on a closing basis. When's the last time we did that? You got to go back into August. That's quite a ways back. Number two, you might be making a run towards the Bollinger Band. That's a possibility up there. And momentum coming up. But I'm concerned right off the bat. Overbought. In order to embed, you have to get overbought first. I get it. The only way you can embed is get both numbers to shoot up here. But both numbers haven't shot up there. This is the first day, and as you can see, this is where the number is. If I come to the close of business today, let's get there. Here you go. This is the close of business. You finished out nicely at 59.87, but as soon as we've reopened, you're right at the highs of yesterday, you're overbought as can be. So all I can say is I see the support. I don't want to see the market under here. If it can work its way in some manner and catch a frenzy of buying, you have a possibility of getting up to that number. The gold-silver ratio says silver is stronger than gold. It still is, still doing that as it's falling. And as you can see, silver got over today. Impressive. The 100-day average in the Bollinger Band. Now, I don't expect it to stay there very long. It too got overbought. If it went bananas to the upside, 22.17. But the pattern, anyway, I look at it as lower low, higher high. First time you stepped out of the Bollinger Band in a while, and you normally don't stay out of it. So we'll see if it pulls back tomorrow. The copper market was one of these markets where I was looking for this market to rally over the next, frankly, I'm looking for it over the next week or so. Why? Because China manipulates everything. And the People's Party, the Party Congress meets on the 16th. They've already put out warnings to our two big banks there. They don't want to hear comments on Chinese politics. They don't want to see any reports coming out that's poor in front of this. Don't tarnish our Party Congress. If you think that's a free country and free speech, you're nuts. That is not what it's about. This is a holiday week as well in China. But you came up last Thursday, hit that band. You're fighting your battle right with the resistance. If you can clear that, then you've got a shot for a move. Could China surprise us and say, bigger infrastructure spending? They've got a solution for the property market. They could. This is the Party Congress, and those are the issues everybody knows about. They may not say it to President Xi face to face, but everybody knows what's there. What's he going to do and how's he going to solve? Is he going to modify down the road his stance on COVID or use this draconian method of fighting it? We don't know. Platinum and palladium continue to get bids in large part, because of what's going on in South Africa. Energy use is being curtailed. You need energy to run smelters and mining facilities. And the country is cutting back because they're in an energy crunch with high inflation, high price of energy. It's not going to help if OPEC does a 1 million barrel a day cut and takes up oil back into the 90s again for them. You understand the story that I'm talking about. That's what's going on. So less supply coming here. Who else supplies platinum and palladium? Oh, I forgot, Russia. Are we going to buy from them? I don't think so. Might buy a third party, but we're not buying it direct from them. So another problem. So these two metals are sort of unique in what they have. The main source doesn't have the power to produce what it should be producing. And with OPEC meeting to do what they're doing, they're not going to anytime soon. We then get to the dollar index, which last week, now you tell me, I can't do it. It's right here. You lost the embedded reading. Where do you normally go when you lose that reading? You go down to the 18-day average of closes. So that's basically what occurred in the market. So is this the place to be right now? Well, if you're a student of my slow stochastics and my enhanced Bollinger Band course, you know what to do. If not, shame on you. I keep talking about it. All of you, you did see the report I wrote, not this Saturday, a week ago, recorded. And then I had it on the website up until Thursday. You tell me what the result of that. You remember? What was I calling for? I hope you remember, because it's all playing out right in front of you. And I'm fortunate. This is one of them I got right. I don't get them all right. Nobody does, all right? But this one I got very, very right. And today I was aggressive with my traders as they had come into these markets. And I can promise you, I don't mind sharing this, it was primarily a short covering day, especially in ETF stocks. And then even this morning in the 1710 zone, I was telling traders, you don't want to fight today. This could be where the market gains some momentum to the upside for a couple of days. We'll see what it does, start grabbing something. But why don't you get to see what I'm saying? So in order to do that, it's actually very simple because we make it easy. It's in my morning subscriber video that I come out with each and every day. By the way, I'm having a live webinar this coming Thursday at 12:30 p.m. So the first people that get the invites were, of course, all my students and everybody so they can get in. This thing has limited seating. It goes like that. It's 20 minutes and it's fast. It's a fast round. I answer everything. You write me the questions ideally ahead of time. I get the charts prepared and we just go whipping through everything you've got. And I've already gotten a ton of questions, so it's good that I'm getting all that. And any question, fine. You come in, it's simple, inexpensive. You go to Starbucks, you go to Pete's Coffee, any of the brands that you happen to like. I know we got them all. We got so many brands in Chicago, it's crazy. Well, let's assume that you're spending $5 and you give a buck tip. $7.95 to get 24 videos for 30 days. Why don't you give it a try? So you get your second coffee during the week and you got more of these than the coffee and you're going to keep spending on that coffee. You're not doing that on this for that first 30 days. Give it a try. See if it makes sense. I say buy here, sell there, do this, do that, do nothing. Put your hands in your pocket. It's very, very clear. I'm Ira Epstein. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.